Hello everyone, welcome to class. Let's make this beautiful Zara cap with bouncing bow and tie. Measurements displayed. So for this tutorial, the material I used is a non-stretchy fabric, and some people call it shiny face. Here I have these two pieces for the body of the Zara cap, and it measures 28 inches by 18. I have two pieces of that, so I'll set it aside. Our marco, as usual, I have 3 inches by 18. Then this material here is for our bow, bouncing bow, and it measures 22 by 14 and a half. I also have my crinoline. My crinoline measures 24 inches, and I had that on fold. Here, this material we'll be using to form our tail. You know, the tail that will be dropping at the back of the bow, and it measures 20 inches by 5. These small pieces right here is 3 inches by 6 inches. It's just to cover our bow. And I have my elastic here. My elastic measures 6 inches each, and I have 2 of that. So now we're going to take this the body of the Zara cap to the machine and sew it round, leaving one side. And here, this is for our bow. We're just going to fold in two and sew only one side. Please always sew on the wrong side. Sew only one side, then leave the two sides open. This pieces is for our tail. We'll fold into two, then fold it again, just the way you're seeing. Then from that side, measure 2.5 and mark it. Measure 2.5 and mark it. Then draw a slant line to the other end. Draw a slant line to the other end. Because the material is very slippery, I decided to pin it down before I trim it out. So here I've done the trimming, I've cut it out. So this is what it will look like. Then we'll take to our sewing machine, sew from that end to that end, then stop and leave a small opening. Then start from this end and sew down and to the other end also, so that we can turn out from the middle. This small piece we're just going to fold into two and sew it. Please always sew on the wrong side. As you can see, after sewing, I went ahead to iron the materials because it looks puffy because of the texture of the material. So I had to iron everything. So for our base, I've ironed it, and as you can see, I measured 3.5 on fold. As you can see, I fold it and I measured 3.5, and I'm pinning it down. After pinning it down, I will sew like half an inch straight down. You know, I've also turned the small piece, I've ironed it, and I make sure that all the sewn line falls in the middle, even for the bow. I've also sewn the tail, leaving the small space open. Now we are going to fold in a little pinch and stop stitch it. So the next thing now is to insert our crinoline into the material for our bow. The reason why I want to use crinoline for this bow is to enhance bouncing. It will make the bow to bounce. As you can see, I'm inserting the crinoline. You know, I will insert it. You know, fold on the wrong side and just sew the place that my hand is holding together with the crinoline, and just sew it down together. Here I've already sewn my base for the space that I will insert my marco, as you can see, and I've also inserted the marco into it. For you to insert your marco, you are going to like fold the marco so that it can pass through. you fold it a bit and push it inside, it will easily slide in. That was what I did. So for you to ensure that your marco falls in the middle, just close it together, put it together, and ensure that they all align together. If you need any adjustments, maybe to push the marco a bit so that they can meet at the same point, you know, to align, so you will do that. That is how you know that your marco is in the right place. So the next thing here is to insert the elastic on both sides. You know, once you fix the elastic, push it in, please, not on the marco, just just beside the marco. You can pin it down at where my hand is, just the way I'm doing. Pin it down, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. Once we do that, we'll take it to our sewing machine and, you know, secure it. You can do that. You can run your stitches like 2 or 3 times, you know, for it to be properly secured. So I've done that to both sides, you know. So the next thing is, you know, just the way you see me dragging the elastic to close that place, I will drag it firmly and, you know, sew it down my sewing machine. But before this part, there is something I'll quickly do. You know, on our marco, I want to create a design that you'll see on the marco. You know, I will get my ruler and my chalk and do some, you know, straight lines on the marco, just like this. I will mark it on the wrong side, draw straight line of maybe like half an inch. I think I have about 6 or 7 lines here, you know, depending on how you want it. You can have it wider or slimmer. Then I'll take it to my sewing machine and I'll trace the sew on the marco, trace the line down. There's this beautiful design it gives to it. So I'll sew everything down on each line, you know, to form that beautiful effect. You can decide to leave your own plain, it's fine. So I've done that, and I've also sewn my elastic. So here, the next thing to do here is to cut off the excess at the top and slant it like in form of cap, you know, just the way I'm slanting it here. I'll just cut off the excess. After that, I'll take it to my sewing machine. I'll sew it from this point. Please don't sew on the band. Sew down and weave your material, you know, so that it will not start losing or, you know, frail. So I've done that, and I've also run my gathers, and this is the look after I've done that. So we'll pick the pieces for our bow. You can see it's bouncing. You know, I've already inserted the crinoline and I've sewn that side down. So get your needle and thread. You know, before I wanted to run gathers in the middle and drag it, but I realized that the marco will kind of hinder or disturb me because of the joining in the middle. So this is what I decide to do. I fold on each other, and just like that, and I form my bow. So you are going to secure it down with your needle and thread and tie it very, very well to secure it. As you can see, I'm really securing it by, you know, tying it like 3 or 4 times. And wow, look at our bow. The bow is bouncing. This is very, very beautiful, you know. So the next thing is to wrap the sewn parts to cover it with that small piece. I will just wrap on the wrong side and stitch it. Here I'll cut off the excess, then I'll turn it to the right side. If you have watched this video to this stage, that means you're enjoying it. Thank you for your patience. Please help your girl by subscribing to my YouTube channel so that you can get notification whenever I drop beautiful and new videos. So right here we have our tail, and this is how I'm forming my tail. I just pin those 2 sides down so that just for it not to start moving when I want to run my gathers. I'll just gather from that end to the other end. It's just a small gather. do that and secure it. I've already done that, and this is how our tail looks like. So the next thing, I'm going to be attaching the tail first to the back of my Zara cap with the help of my needle and thread. I have done that. The next thing is the bow. I wanted to gum the bow before with my glue gun, but I realized that I don't want it to look messy. So what I did eventually is that I used my needle and thread to fix it neatly. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and save our video. This is the look, and I also went ahead to do some, little embellishment with my stone. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye.